What is up, guys? This is neoCrown playing my first ever brand build in Harvest Softcore League. I've never played a brand build before. I've never played Storm Brand before, during, or after the nerfs. So this will be my first ever brand build, and it is a Wintertide brand on a 5 link at the moment, but the damage is insane already. I'm using a shaped shield with the recover energy shield on block. So my version is a CI version. Um, and the playstyle is similar to Vortex, but it's, I think, more enjoyable because of the single target potential that you have. You can still run Vortex, which I do, for the Bone Chill effect, so I'm running Vortex here. And with the wand, I have a trigger targeted spell when I use a skill, which gives me these three skills that trigger occasionally when I use a skill. Orb of Storms for the Elemental Equilibrium effect, Frostbite, and Frostbomb. I'm not running Frostbite on the Blasphemy setup because I don't have enough slots for the aura. If I was running a low life version of the build, I would spec into Pain Attunement instead of CI, and I would run Blood Magic, and I get extra aura. I could get Hatred and a Blasphemy Frostbite setup. So that would be a lot more damage, but I like this sort of current playstyle because it's survivable. Max block with Glancing Blows. These nodes are really good. Runebinder as well. I don't really need to spec into these, but um, I've been trying on scaling cast speed because I find that really good for the build. I was even running faster casting in one of the links. At the moment it's Hypothermia, Efficacy, Wintertide Brand, Control Destruction, Elemental Focus, but the aim is to get the frequency of activation to 0.10 seconds while attached. Um, this is because of the node here, Holy Conquest. Every time you attach a brand to an enemy, they change every 0.3 seconds. So you want your Wintertide brand to be 0.10 seconds activation because it would mean it would have built up the debuff or the stage 3 times before it detaches, so that's a lot more damage. So at the moment it just builds up the debuff like 2 stages and then it stops and it reattaches. Obviously this applies to only packs of enemies. It doesn't really matter if it's for single target. You still have the maximum amount of damage for single target. I'm running 2 cluster jewels with energy shield. The large cluster jewels are really expensive at the moment. That's why I'm sticking with 2 medium cluster jewels here, which is enough for my setup. So I've got Brand Loyalty and Holy Conquest, and I've got Deep Chill and Val Invigoration here. What other unique jewels I'm running? I'm running Intuitive Leap, so these nodes are really good for the block chance. Brand Equity is good because we're a brand build. This one's for spell damage and mana, and area damage and area effect. This node is also really important for the cast speed, and it has a similar effect for Runesmith with Brand Loyalty. I'm not sure if they stack, but I assume it gives us a lot more damage. Because sources of increased damage, they do stack additively, not multiplicatively, but they still do stack, so there's a bit more damage. I haven't really considered going into Malediction. I would go into Malediction if I was low life version, but at the moment I'm not running Presence of Chayla, so I need the Cannot Be Stunned while I have Energy Shield node here. That's the only reason I'm running this one. If I had Presence of Chayla and a low life version, I would go into Malediction. So that's the build at the moment. That's what it looks like. I'm also running a Smoke Mine setup for faster clear speed while walking around. I'll showcase the map in the Toxic Sewers. This is a pretty linear map and I can showcase the build really easily. So I just drop 1 Wintertide brand per pack. If there's a rare, and I can just drop the Vortex on the ground.
When I'm ready,
You can see
not
with it's a Hesmin map as well. With the Occultist node Profane Bloom, we get the Chaos Explosions based on the life of the enemies, so that helps with the clear. So I can chuck the Smoke Mine, and we move really fast here. So Timeless Jewel, let's do the monoliths here. Again, you can just put it down once and it'll spread around. You can see like the chain even spread to this side because we had a vortex lingering there for a bit. this side. Bit of a lag here, sorry guys. But again, we don't really lose that much energy shield because we are max block, and I'm running a Tempest shield setup with the cast from damage taken, so that it caps out our max block chance even more. And that's the monolith done. Although it's a yellow map, I've done red maps, but I don't have any in my inventory at the moment, so I can't really showcase the red maps. But the playstyle is really similar. If you meet a tough pack, you just drop the vortex for the bone shield effect. This has a lot. This is really good map density. That's why I like showcasing it in Toxic Sewers map. So although there were minions there, but the damage over time effect lingers. So you will clear it still, even if you just put one Wintertide Brand on the mob. And also have Arcade Surge actually, which I didn't show on my Flame Dash and Brand Recall. So as you notice, I don't really use Brand Recall much because that's not really required. Although I can use it if I have a lower cooldown on it. Yeah, just use it once, then it will bring your brands to you. I think I missed a section of some mobs. I think maybe it's here. Let's have a look here. That's the build so far, guys. Playstyle is really enjoyable. Was it a Beyond map? Or was it a Prophecy? Not really sure. And I'm level 88. So I'm not running a Timeless Jewel setup either, and I'm not running a Watcher's Eye, which I can spec into as well for even more damage. At the moment I'm on a 5-ling that's doing 8,631 per second. You obviously try to get that to max stages, it will be a lot more damage, and I don't have an enchantment either. I do have this one though, skill supported by Spell Singer. Have 15% reduced mana reservation on my Uber Lab, but this is not the one we want, although it's a good one. I forgot Elemental Overload, so every time we crit, we get 40% more LE damage, which isn't reflected in this. We do hit with build with Orb of Storms and Frost Bomb as well, and Vortex initial cold damage hits. So that's the way the build works, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm still gathering pieces from my Volatile Dead Cast on Crit Assassin build. The pieces are lining up nicely. I just need a few more endgame pieces to make it work. It was interesting to rethink the build for that one because some of the nodes here are really good. Like for this one, Desecrate has +2 to maximum number of corpses, so you can do a bit of tinkering with the spell cascade setup. And there's a few other nodes with the cluster jewel changes that I plan on implementing on that build. So far, this is what the build looks like. I'll post a piece of path of building link below in the description, and I'll make my profile public as well in case you guys want to see what my gear looks like and what the updates are. As I do the conquerors, once I reach Cirrus, I'll post that fight as well. I've done Mastermind on this character without any issues, and the build just really feels really tanky. We're at 64 chance to block attack damage without the Tempest shields activated, and spell block as well is quite high. Once I have everything set up perfectly, it will be max attack and it will be at 68 spell block, which is enough, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. This is neoCrown signing off.